I open the office door. There's no one inside. Hanako-sensei must be elsewhere. Good thing I've been here so often. I get out the disinfectant and bandages. The patient should sit down over there. I point to a metal chair. Tsujima's slender legs stretch out from her skirt, white skin and a red wound. Bewitching beauty and a painful injury draw my eyes to her. She cares more about the hurt's movements than you'd expect. We'll meet up with them soon, it'll be fine. I use tweezers to dip a cotton ball in some disinfectant and rub it against her wound. Tsujima's face darkens. Did that hurt? I look down at the wound, fresh red, a color hidden from everyday life. I guess I feel the same way. School seems like our last sanctuary or something. We were connected to monsters by Girl a transparent but eternal prison we can't escape from anywhere on this earth. But this one place didn't change despite all of that. My apartment's a mess too, actually. A serious gaze. Kagome went to the last gig, right? Some of the gig's security guards attacked her later that night, so my room was a sea of blood. They couldn't even scratch her, of course. I was visiting one of my friends in the hospital when it happened. I guess that was the silver lining. I put a bandage on her. She bled a lot, but the actual wound is quite shallow. It probably wouldn't leave a scar. Kagome? She told me the same thing. She doesn't. A supersonic denial. A raw, moist, high-pitched voice sends shivers down my spine. Tsujima is normally too plant-like to talk like that. I look up to see her looking at me. Her eyes are wet. So you try to kill her? I don't want you to hurt her. Tsujima's expression hardens with shock. Not that I like her or anything. Going back to what we said earlier, what she is to me is a lot like what this school is to us. I just want her to stay the way she always is. Without realizing it, I ended up saying almost exactly the same thing Kagome told me. Of Kagome or me? Kagome and I are childhood friends. I'm connected with Benyo and the others through the present, but I'm connected to Kagome via the past. Horizontal chains and vertical chains, they restrain me equally, defining what I am. Tsujima, when were you connected to your commune? 5? I was told the round table only started to form 2 years ago. I've never heard of a commune from farther back than that. The round table masters awakened about 2 years ago. They call themselves the first generation. If Tsujima's words are true, then she's the oldest connector, dating back 3 years farther than anyone else. And that's why you called yourself the girl who traveled through time? I remember a joke she told on the roof a while back. But where are the others? I remember, the day I saw Soijima's injury, a man came to collect her. Only 2? But communes are always groups of 5. That's weird. There are 5 people in a commune, never 6, never 4, always 5. 5 years ago, many deaths. The bombing? A series of terrorist attacks orchestrated 5 years ago by some religious cult. Countless people were hurt and killed, and it was all over the news for days. That's Nomad, a commune born from the ashes, surrounded by death.
眠り続けていた私を待ち続けてくれていたのは 彼だけ。私の家族は全員あの場所で死んだから。友達関係もリセットされた。
Suejima's confession continues monotonously, but what she's saying is so heavy yet so hollow. I finally understand why she said she was jealous. Suejima lost everything she was connected to 5 years ago. The terrorist attacks are the only piece of the past that restrains and defines her. Is that why you fight there? Is that why you killed Yoshimori there? I swallow those words before they come out.
So.
She nods. The silence of the nurse's office feels more intense. Many connectors have their lives turned upside down by the joys and worries of being in a commune. They were granted a tremendous power with no target to use it on. People who continue to hide in their worries, people intoxicated by the sense of omnipotence. But to Suejima, her commune is the one and only thing left which connects her to another human being. There is no goal, no task, no idea. All she wants is a connection to someone else.
彼が居場所を用意してくれたから。私がつながっているコミュが集う場所を。
The Avatar gigs, a training ground for communes to prove themselves. Enormous sums of money are changing hands behind the scenes. There's no end to the rumors about connections to the underworld. But that's fine, every business is a lotus, a flower that blooms in mud. Some fish live in that mud. Ideally, they're just gangsters and mafia. At least they always act for profit or reputation, no matter how anti-social their methods may be. But what came out of the Avatar gigs? It's something far more inorganic and bizarre.
グロック17、オーストリア製、口径9ミリ、装弾数17発。いくつかの国が軍や警察で使っている。軍は軍でも裏街道の匂いがする。
I just don't see Suejima being connected to such things. He's dangerous.
危険?
You shouldn't trust him too much. He's connected to something we don't know about. Suejima's lips, a faint smile.
嫉妬してくれてるの?
Words of denial reach my throat, but I stop them there. Suejima looks happy. Her innocence binds me. Maybe.
なら、奪って。
Suejima's words thrust into me like a jousting lance. She removes her wristband.
目覚めてからずっと、ここに生きていることは間違いだと思ってきた。どうして私だけが?
White scars, her repeated questioning of her existence.
水場くんが知らない傷、彼は知ってる。
Something writhers in the pit of my stomach.
水場くんが知らない私、彼は知ってる。
She's tempting me, persistently, earnestly.
だから、水場くんにも知ってほしい。水場くんに奪ってほしい。
I'm sucked in, against all logic. The white scar tempts me, everything else vanishes from my mind. I take her hand as if to make up for something I've lost. A white scar, Suejima's past. I press my lips to it. Her body tightens up, but I continue anyway. I kiss it and lick it. It tickles, so she pulls back a little. I move my tongue like a slug. She bites her thumb, trying to stop herself from moaning. She twists her hips on top of the chair. The humid air under her skirt gently tickles my nose. A voice more of fear than hesitation. I carefully lick her wounds one by one. Wounds I don't know about, Suejima's past. I trace all of them. Yes, I do. My throat is dry. Facing Suejima makes me conscious of death. That danger spurs me forward. Benyo and Haru cross my mind and guilt aches in my chest, but even that ache encourages me. Suejima bites her nails. Her fingers turn so white that you can see the blood inside them.
水輪くんに求められてると思うと。
Sojima is melting. His cheeks turn pink. Her cheeks turn pink. Her tense body starts to loosen up. I want to see more of you, Sojima.
見たいの
I do.
なら
She slowly opens up her slender legs. The inside of her skirt is exposed.
もっとしてほしい。
Okay, I guess it's time to make a cut. I'll see you in a second. We leave the nurse's office. The school is in chaos and there are police sirens outside. After a roll call, we are all told to go home. They are trying to get all of the students away from the school. Tsujima and I walk down the hill under the evening sun. We hold hands, swinging them back and forth as we walk. What should we do now?
先週食べた煉獄ラーメンのご中からトッピング麻婆のせに挑戦。
I meant about the commune situation.
そっちだったか。
She was pretending she didn't know. I think I should leave the gigs. After Yoshimori and those military men, I want to leave all of that behind. Is that okay? Is that really for the best? Something I don't understand oozes out and makes me feel nauseous. It might be guilt or anxiety. But more importantly, there is a possibility I'll have to fight Nomad if I continue going to the gigs. I can't stand the thought of that. Izawa will obviously be against it, but Haru will probably side with me, considering what happened to Benyo. I'm pretty sure I can outnumber him.
私にもそうしてほしいの？
I'm sure you have your reasons, but everyone has their principles, whether they're fortunate or not. They're relative things, so it's not easy to take on another's burden. I still want you to stop too, Sojima. The gigs are dangerous, there are gears turning behind the festival stage. Sojima is a drifter who lost her past. If the gigs are her only connection, then I can understand why she fights there, even though I can't accept it. But Nomad kills. The blood-soaked master of the commune's festival that sacrifices another commune as part of the celebration. Why does she kill? My scattered thoughts keep coming back to that. The pain in my chest won't allow me to run away from it. Why does she kill? That's not Sojima's will. Does the other connector want to kill?
私を抱いたから。
If you want a simple reason, that works.
素直じゃないのね。
A lot of people say I'm shifty.
でも無理。
Sojima's conclusion.
降りられない。彼もいる。
We don't know what he's after, so I can't trust him with you.
それに私も今さら無理だから人を殺した。
Her confession makes me dizzy. Yoshimori Minato's face crosses my mind. The reality I was avoiding is thrust upon me, and I'm crushed by its weight. It doesn't matter. I'm neither brave nor foolish enough to tell myself that.
だから諦めて。
Sojima's voice, testing, praying. I'm not giving up, I'm thinking. That's right, think. Why Nomad? Why did Sojima kill so many there? When I turn toward her, I see a familiar car at the bottom of the hill, a dark green Jaguar. The powered window of the driver's seat slowly opens. Sojima stops. She grips my hand tighter. That sensation gives me courage.
Hisoka, 今日は一人で帰りなさい。水輪君と話がしたい。
The man looks at me from the driver's seat. His face looks cold like porcelain, but his lips are still bright red, as if he uses lipstick. Something heavy builds up in the pit of my stomach. It might be jealousy.
そう。わかった。
Her fingers grip my hand. She lets go slowly, but not less suddenly. That sliver of courage blows away in the wind like a candle flame.
はじめまして、水輪君。
Pleased to meet you. Noise. I focus on keeping my composure and step into the open car door. The Takakura suspension bridge. On the lit up bridge, we look down at the Naruko River in the bluish black night. The man and I walk side by side without eye contact.
ひそかを女にしてくれたようだね。さっきあの子の顔を見てわかった。
I was surprised, to be honest.
男を知らなかったことが
Yeah, I figured you two would have done it ages ago.
父親としては若すぎるが、恋人としても年が合わない。法的には保護者でもあるしね。
It could have been a Hikaru Genji plan, or are you the platonic type? Noise's cheeks loosen.
会話を楽しめる人間は好きだ。
Why, thank you.
俺は性的不能者なんだ。
Impotent?
5年前、ちょっとした事件に巻き込まれた時にね。
Tsujima told me about it. You two met Girl A during a terrorist attack, right? 5 years ago, something happened in this city.
あの7日7番続いた惨劇の3日目。初めて出会った少女 A は痛い毛で美しかった。
Adorable? As far as I know, this is the oldest Girl A sighting. The Girl A I saw wasn't really adorable, but she may have looked younger 5 years ago. I feel a little like smiling. Girl A, the illusory girl, grows up just like any normal human being. Without any evidence whatsoever, I'd assumed she maintained that same appearance for all eternity.
とにかくあれは圧倒的。あまりにも圧倒的な破壊だった。
He blows smoke into the night sky. Behind that smoke, he sees the violence that ravaged the city 5 years ago.
それまでの俺はカサノバのような男だった。
An infamous name for someone whose flashy life was set to involve 1,000 women.
だが、あの時以来、俺の人生は180度一変した。
Did you get a divine revelation or something?
あまりに無作為で大量の死を目の当たりにしてしまった。俺はそこで真理を見たような気になったのさ。
The truth?
この世界にはもしかしたらオーケストラのような調和と機械のように完成されたシステムとが存在しているのではないかとね。そして人間とはそのシステムありきの歯車でしかないと。
That's pretty extreme.
そう考え至らねば納得できなかったんだよ。丘の上の奥に瓦礫の山があるだろう。あれがそうさ。
Up there? I look over there, as if he pointed it out. A hill near the city that no longer produces a single light.
7日続いた3日目の朝、丘の上のマンション2棟が一瞬で倒壊した。鮮やかに、無慈悲に、理不尽に、無意に。朝の通勤直前の時間帯、大勢が区別なく死んだ。生存者はわずかに2名。
This man and Soejima.
それはまさに刑事だったよ。俺にとってはね。あんな風に消耗されるのは心や魂を持つ人間であっていいはずがない。いくらでも交換が利く歯車でなければならないはずだと。そして5年、社会に潜伏した。俺もまた歯車になるために。
And your avatar?
まさにそれだよ。俺の悟りを妨げるもの。アバターは世界の矛盾だ。オーケストラの中に存在してはならない雑音。それがなぜ存在するのか、俺は矛盾に苦しみ続けた。望んでいた歯車にはなれないまま、そしてある日、確たる情報を得た。
It wasn't terrorism. That's what Soejima said.
その時、俺の中に復讐の動機が芽生えた。この都市、そしてこの社会に対するだ。
The man's hair flutters in the strong wind passing over the river.
あの死の記憶を風化させてはならない。あの死をもたらした存在の隠蔽を許してはならない。 アバターというノイズをまき散らし、欺瞞に満ちた日常を脅かす。それが俺の使命だと思っている。
What are you after?
混沌。
Noise smiles. I see insanity in his eyes. He has the same unwavering objective and will to trample over others, but he is not like Gasai.
そのためには力が必要だ。ノーマッドを象徴としてギグの勢力圏を拡大しなければならない。
Sorry, but could you put on all those festivals by yourself?
愛する女のためにかい、ロメオ君。
You should know how hard it is to control an avatar with only 2 people. That must have screwed up your head somewhat. Steel monsters that move when wills are loaded into them. Being connected to avatars takes a toll on one's brain, whether we like it or not. If it was a normal avatar, or if they had all 5 people. But Soijima's commune isn't like that. Nomad has leveled up repeatedly. Each victory makes it stronger, but also harder to control. Soijima is walking into destruction.
断ると言ったら、
He continues gazing at the river.
そのカバンの中にあるもので俺を殺すつもりかな。
I feel cold sweat on my back. The Glock 17 that was left in my room. I had no idea how to dispose of it, so for the time being I just stuffed it in my bag.
彼女とつながり支えているのはこの俺だということを忘れては困る。
That's true. Soijima's life depends entirely on this man. What he's saying is true. But there's one other thing. Maybe you've been her stepdad long enough.
そうか。君ももう経験者だったな。ためらいはないわけだ。
Noise and I stare at each other for the first time. I can't back down. I need to win Soijima from this man. My back is heavy. I'm the one in control here. But that weight also binds me. If I pull the trigger, a bullet will shoot out and take away a man's life. It carries all the weight of his past and future. Suddenly, my phone rings. The tension evaporates.
どうぞ。
Noise smiles.
電話に出てくれ。では、楽しかったよ、水輪君。
He turns around with no fear or hesitation and walks off into the night wind. I pick up the phone, feeling as though I lost somehow. Haru's name is on the illuminated LCD screen.